First of all, thank you, Governor Walker, for making a stop at Connect Marketplace in New Orleans this year. I know we're going to be heading to your wonderful state of Wisconsin next year. I did want to bring up, you have definitely shown your commitment to travel and tourism in your state. Tell me, how important do you find meetings and events to the growth of the tourism industry within your state?
Yeah, well, that's where some of our biggest growth has been, particularly in the Milwaukee area, but in some of our other markets around the state, whether it's in Green Bay or La Crosse, Brookfield, Madison. It's kind of exciting to hear even behind me right now. People get excited about coming to Wisconsin, and particularly Milwaukee. I mean, next year, when the event comes to Milwaukee, it'll be just a few weeks after the National Governors Association, a few weeks before about 250,000 bikers come for the 110th anniversary. So a lot of exciting things. And what we find is it's very accessible, it's very affordable, and ultimately it's very attractive to come to the state of Wisconsin, particularly to Milwaukee.
Speaking of Milwaukee, I know that you've lived in Milwaukee for many years. You're very familiar with the city, and we're going to have 1,200, 1,300 attendees descending on that city. I want to know your maybe top 3 must-dos for people in town.
Well, a lot of people will be surprised because they don't realize how the lakefront is almost like living on the ocean. So, tremendously open lakefront. We've got the Milwaukee Art Museum, which was the first designed by Calatrava in all of North America. Discovery World Museum. Summerfest is right on the edge there on the lakefront, the world's largest music festival. So definitely go to the lakefront. Another thing that's really unique and one of its kind is the Harley-Davidson Museum. And even if you're not a biker or a Harley enthusiast, the museum is very interactive. It's exciting. It's unique. It's not just another museum like you might see from one community to the next. It's very unique and one of a kind. And then, of course, Miller Park. I mean, ESPN voted it the #1 ballpark in all of Major League Baseball. It's got a fan-shaped retractable roof. It's something really any sports fan needs to see, whether they're a Brewers fan or not.
Well, finally, we talk a lot in this industry about the recovery and what's been happening, and I know you saw visitor spending go up last year in the state of Wisconsin about 8%. I'm just curious, what do you think, what do you see for 2012 and 2013? Do you expect it to continue?
Well, we see it continue to grow, 8% growth. We went from a $14.8 billion economic impact on our state's economy to over $16 billion. We hunkered down last year like a lot of retailers, a lot of attractions did. Instead of pulling back on money, we put more resources into marketing. We upgraded our attractions. We did more statewide and by community, and it's really paid off. People have found it, again, to be very affordable, very accessible when it comes to a destination. We've got some of the lowest airfares in the country right into Milwaukee and the other 7 major airports in the state of Wisconsin. So a lot to pull people in on. People still want to have conventions. They still want to have corporate meetings and organizational meetings. What we can do is do it in a way where they can get all the big city, big time attractions, but in a very affordable and accessible way. It makes us really quite attractive. We're hoping when people think about meetings, think about conventions, they think Wisconsin.
Well, for those reasons and many more, we'll be heading to Milwaukee next year for Connect Marketplace. So Governor Walker, thank you for talking with us, and we'll see you next year.
Our pleasure. Good to be with you.
Thank you.